So we got a draw. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, whatever one happens to be for you. So the Man City game really was a game of two halves, let's be completely honest. So let's talk about it. So the first half, let's actually talk about the lineup first. Excuse me, jumped ahead. The lineup, I was baffled because I was a bit like, are we playing a back four? Are we playing a back three? If on certain apps it said back four, then they changed it to back three, which I thought it would be a back three. With the players that we've got out, I mean, it was obviously a game of trying to put players in positions because we didn't have anybody else. We've got a ridiculous amount of injuries. Darn that Ange. I jest. But yeah, I do think that it was a matter of trying to pick who we had to put into the team. I wouldn't necessarily have played the back three. I think that it's a difficult one with City, but he did what he thought was best, as I say, putting Paulinho there to help out in the back with Romero and Dragusin because of injuries. We didn't have Spence, so we had to play Archie. We midfield, we played Paulinho and Basuma, and then Xavi playing in that attack, that like more creative role. We had Mawani, Dominic Solanke, and who was the other one? My God, my brain's gone. But anyway, yeah, we didn't really have much choice. So say la vie, I guess. So yeah, that was the lineup. So let's talk about that first half. So the first half was absolutely appalling. We just looked like we put in zero effort. We allowed them to just play us off the park. They probably should have been more than two up. The two goals were sloppy. We didn't. The first one was Basuma giving the ball away. The second one was absolutely rubbish defending, letting Semenyo have loads of space. I don't really, it was just so like ridiculous with the defending. Again, we're supposed to be more defensive. We didn't really look like we had a plan. The thing is, when we've always played City, if we're going to play them in a way where we contain them by not letting them score, I mean, it's like defend well. If we're going to sit back, we think right, that's it. We're going to defend, hit them on the break. Defend, hit them on the break. But we didn't do that. We were like half like hitting them on the break because we didn't actually do it fast enough, and then they just got back. That was really annoying, frustrating, because we didn't do, like I say, what we would normally do with City to try and counteract them. And then I would say that like I say, that we were lucky, because I do think that they absolutely controlled that game. We were absolutely in an absolute disarray. The only one I would say in that half of football that was trying to actually get us up the pitch and do something was probably Xavi. I think that he put in maximum effort today in that game. I think he did put maximum effort, to be honest with you, in both halves. I thought that Conor Gallagher was busy in that half. I thought Paulinho was all right in that half. But as I say, I think that really it was Xavi. Then we get to the second half and he makes a change due to Romero apparently being sick. He had there's some sort of tummy bug going around, and a lot of the players were getting it. So he came off and we put Papa Matasar on, and we reverted back to a back two, and we looked a lot better. We looked a lot more attacking. Papa Matasar gives you that energy in midfield for sure. He really does make it so you've got a lot more legs. I thought that Papa Matasar did very well when he come on. Xavi did again excellent. He was like a man possessed. He was like a man possessed in that game. And then, yeah, like I say, we definitely looked for maybe a couple of minutes in the beginning of the second half. I was a bit like, oh, they're going to score again, but they didn't. And then we sort of grew into that game, and very quite quickly we scored the first goal, which yeah, it was like a bit of a messy one. We didn't know if it was an own goal or not, but they did give it to Solanke in the end. The commentator was calling for a foul. He kept saying it's a foul, it's a foul. Do you know what? I don't actually care. Do you know what I don't care? Because we never get the rub of the green. And even if it was a foul, so what? We get so many decisions that don't go our way when they should go our way that I don't really give a damn anymore, because at the end of the day, I don't hear nobody crying about our decisions that when we don't get them. So I don't really care. So that really frustrated me when I was hearing that. Like, I really don't give a shit. I really don't. I don't care. Like I say, at the end of the day, we never get the rub of the green, so be it. And then I think that when we got that goal, we definitely got our tails up. We looked like we were going to score, and they were sort of hitting us on the break after that, because we definitely had a bit more control of that game. There was points where they did have, again, the ball a bit more. There was like on comms, they were saying, well, City have had now this amount of possession compared to Tottenham, and yeah, the possession stats were back and forth, but they did have possession for a little bit. But again, they didn't really do too much. Like, they did have a few shots, but it weren't anything too much. And then we get Solanke with that scorpion kick. What a goal! What a bit of skill! Great technique from Dom, and yeah, obviously it got everybody up off their seats. It got everybody, the crowd going. Everybody was cheering like mentally, going absolute mental. And I think that was fantastic to see. And I'm really pleased for Dom, because I like Dominic Solanke, and I think that he is a good player. I think he offers something that none of the others up front do. He's got that strength, and he is very much pressing. And yeah, I think that he is actually a good player. So yeah, fantastic skill. And then from then on, it was sort of a bit of a more open game. I think it was a bit back and forth, because it was like, are we going to score? Are they going to score? But then towards the very end, we sort of contained them a little bit, and we sort of made it so they didn't score and we didn't score. I think we were sort of settling for the draw. I'm not going to lie. It looked like some of the players weren't, but most of the players were. So it was a bit of confusion of what really was going to, like, what we were going to do. So yeah. Overall, I will say, why can't we play like that from the get-go? It's really frustrating me. Why don't we play like that from the start? It's ridiculous that we don't. We have got the ability to, clearly. I don't know if the instructions were to contain them and see if we can hit them in that second half when they're more tired. I really don't know what the instructions were, but the fact is that we can do it in the second half shows that it must be instructions, right? Because at the end of the day, why would he instruct them not to play like that in the first half? I really don't understand. Frank looked very animated on that touchline for a change. He didn't look his normal, like, staying still, very calm self. He looked much more animated, I must say. He even kicked the bottle when we conceded a goal, so he's showed a bit more passion there, which we haven't really seen. So yeah, I think that we definitely can play more like that more often, and we just don't, and I don't really understand why. I really don't understand why. And I'd like to see it 100%, see it that we play a 90-minute game like that. And I don't see why we can't. The fact is that we've got not many players, and now I understand why we don't play it. But the fact is that at the beginning of the season, we didn't have this many injuries, and we had a lot more players. Yes, we didn't have all our players, because we didn't have Kulu, Madison, Dominic. But I do think that we could have played better from the start, because we have played games that are better. So overall, I think that it was good points. I was always somebody who said, if we win or lose, so be it, because I wanted us to not lose. But if we lost and it didn't really favour them lot down the road, then I wasn't going to really cry about it. But we didn't. We got points, and obviously that's important. With the other games, in the context of the other games this weekend, it was a good point to ensure that we don't get amongst the relegation zone. So that's my thoughts. Please let me know yours. My man of the match actually would have been Xavi. I know Dominic got it because he did those goals, and that fantastic goal, of course, the scorpion kick one. But I thought Xavi was so busy. He was so good. Paulinho again in that second half was like a man possessed. He was like really going in for those tackles, fantastic. And also Conor Gallagher. I thought Conor Gallagher was really good in that second half. He assisted, of course, that kick, that scorpion kick from Dom. But yeah, I think that we put in a lot of effort, and a few of our players really showed what they can do in that second half, and put in like 100%. I must say. But a couple of them, meh. They were meh. They're not like fantastic. I thought Archie did well as well. He was shattered by the end though. You could see he was very tired by the end. Romero obviously come off at half time. He wasn't great in that first half, I must admit. I think that he was looking a bit meh too. I just think Adogi was all right. He was all right. He wasn't. I think he's getting back to his fitness, but I do think he is a good player. I like Adogi, but I think he was all right as well. So yeah, I think overall we're a depleted squad. To get a draw from Man City when we have barely got anyone, and Byfield obviously came on as well, and so yeah, we had to bring on kids to help us out. So I think that in fact that was a good point. But it does not change my mind about Thomas Frank. I will say that. I'm not flip-flopping, and if new information comes, like I say, I'm willing to have my mind changed. I need to see more improvement to change my mind for sure. Let me know what you think. Are you still Thomas Frank out with this result? When this result happening, and of course we are through in the Champions League. So let me know what you think about Thomas Frank. Do you think that he should still be sacked given a chance, or are you a bit like me? You know that he isn't really going to get sacked, so you want to see more. And so far, yeah, he's done okay, but I want to see more. This does not change my mind about how I feel with him taking us forward. So yeah, I'm not going to change my mind unless I see a significant change. And then, like I say, if more new information comes, and for me it's enough for me to change my mind, I will say so 100%. But for me so far, no. Let me know what you think about the game. Let me know who you think your player of the match would be, what you thought about the other players as well. I'd love to know your comments. I will reply to you in them, so please come and have that discussion with me. Please make sure you smash that like button. It does really help, and we'll speak again real soon.